Alright, let's talk about a perfect number. So you are given an integer n, return true if n is a perfect number, otherwise return false. So a perfect number is a positive integer that's equal to the sum of the positive divisor. So this is pretty much it, right? So for the example, this is 28, right? So how do you actually know? 28 divided by 2, you can get what? 14, and 28 divided by 7, you can get 4, right? So 2 plus 14, 7 plus 4, and then what? 2 plus 14, 7 plus 4, right? And then you only need 1, which is like 28 divided by 1, and then you get 28. But in this case, like, we don't want 28, but you need 1 for sure. And 7 has nothing to divide, right? 7 equal to 1 times 7, be honest, and you have to exclude the 7 itself. So basically this is supposed to be a super simple question. You use a for loop, and how do you go through it? You starting from I equal to 2. Yeah, we at the end we plus 1 at the end, so we don't have to like starting from I equal to 1. So we know we need to increment by 1 unit when we check if the sum of the integer is equal to the given value, and if that's true, then I can just return true. And then basically this is supposed to be super simple, and this question is about math. So um so here's the base case. So I'm going to say if num is actually equal to 0 or num is actually equal to 1, I'm going to return false, right? So which means this is not valid number, but I mean num cannot be equal to 0, to be honest. So I mean whatever. So let's talk about the sum. So I'm going to add every single integer up, and I will just have to return if my sum if my num is equal to sum plus 1, right? So I just mentioned you have to increment 1 unit plus 1 at the end to just compare, and then I need to say for loop for I equal to 2, I less than num, and then I plus plus. And then in this case, we know that we are trying to what? The maximum for the number is actually what? I times I less than 28, right? So which is what? One moment. So here's it. So how do you know 28 is basically square root of 28, right? So I times I. You have to know the maximum, the range is I times I, which is square root of 28. So I can just I can say method square, to be honest, right? But in this case, I don't want to do like this. I want to do I times I, and this is supposed to be the same. But if you use method square, and then you will get rid of the remaining value, but either way is fine, right? So I'm gonna just check if my num mod I is actually equal to 0. I can actually add my number. So how do I add my number? So if I know my 2 is a positive divisor for 28, I can know the other one is 14. This is because what? This is because if I say 28 divided by 2, I know 14, right? So basically 14 is actually equal to 28 over 2. Then I can say, okay, 14 and 2 is actually, I can add 14 and 2 to the sum, right? So I can get rid of these two. And then 4 and 7, exactly the same thing, right? And then I'm going to say I plus num divided by I. And you don't have to worry about I equal to 0 because I cannot be equal to 0, right? And this is a solution. So here we go, submit. And yeah, so let's talk about time and space. For the space is simple. It's gonna be constant. For the time, this is actually the square root of n, be honest. And this is supposed to be easy, and I will see you next time. Bye.